So I've seen probably about 5 or 6 ads just for today of sponsored post for tallow sunscreen. So let's get into it. I think we all know now that sunscreen is heavily regulated by the FDA because it is considered a drug. And so to sell a product as sunscreen, it has to pass FDA testing and be approved with their approved sunscreen ingredients. So if you're a small business and you're selling a product and calling it sunscreen or putting an SPF value on it or alluding to any kind of sun protection at all on the label or in the product description or even on your social medias, then you are opening yourself up to possibly getting in trouble with the FDA or even possibly getting sued. Say a customer uses your homemade sunscreen and they go and get burned really bad, then and it didn't work clearly, then they could come back and bring legal charges if they wanted to, for damages occurred. I used to sell a tallow zinc oxide cream or tallow sun balm, whatever you want to call it, almost 5 years ago now. And I only had it for a few months because I recognized pretty quickly that legally it just wasn't worth it to try and market it as a sunscreen. Not only that, I ran into getting my own possible skin cancer issues, which I'm still dealing with today. And I had been using my homemade sunscreen for over a year at that point. All that to say is there's a reason why it's so heavily regulated, and to try and sell it or market a product as sunscreen that hasn't been approved, which really probably only has an SPF of maybe 4 if you're lucky, is very risky and just not worth it. There's nothing illegal about selling a zinc oxide cream, but marketing it in any way as having sun protection is not wise, and it's very just not good. If you really want to sell a legitimate sunscreen, then you have to send your product in for testing with the FDA, which does cost thousands and thousands of dollars.